Yesterday we were looking at what we knew about x and star from the work we'd done before. What we know is that x is represented as a shaded triangle and star is represented as an unshaded triangle. We learned that these two things are opposites. That means that if x is 5, star would be -5. On the other hand, if x, or shaded triangle, is -10, star, or unshaded triangle, would be 10. We made the conclusion that because they are opposites, and we know that when we add -10 and +10, or when we add 5 and -5, we get 0. So we came to the conclusion that shaded triangle and unshaded triangle make a 0 pair. 0 pairs can help us simplify our problems to make them easier to solve. You will begin to have problems that have both x's and stars in them, and you will still be looking for the value of x, or what x equals. A new strategy, so this would be legal move number 7 from yesterday. A new strategy is using 0 pairs to help us get closer to an answer. Make sure you have these notes down, and let's do an example. Example A says 2x plus star plus x equals x plus 5. I'm going to make my scale with the middle down the equal sign. Now there are two ways that I can tell I'm looking for the value of x. Number one, there's an equal sign. So I'm probably going to be looking for what triangle is, or what x is. The other thing, since we talked yesterday about evaluate, I noticed that nobody is telling me what x is, so I can't substitute anything. This tells me that I'm going back to what we've been doing so far this year and using my legal moves to find the value of a triangle. I'm going to start by translating. I've got 2 x's, so 2 shaded triangles, plus a star, plus an x. On the other side, I've got x and a number cube 5. Now the strategy we learned yesterday said, if a star or an unshaded triangle and an x or a shaded triangle are being added together, they make a 0 pair and I can cross them off. I cannot cross off this one, this star or unshaded triangle, and this one. They're on opposite sides of the equal sign. They're not being added together. But these two are. There's a plus sign right here, so I can cross them off. Now I'm going to rewrite what I have left. So what I can do is go back to my original legal moves now, and I can say, well, I've got an x on the right and an x on the left, which leaves me with my answer, triangle equals 5 or x equals 5. Let's try letter B. Letter B says 4x plus star plus 1 equals 2x plus 5. So again, I'll start by making my scale right with the equal sign as the middle. I've got 4 x's plus a star plus 1, which is equal to 2 x's plus a 5. So I'm going to go back to that legal move number 7 and notice that on the left side I have 1 0 pair. I have 1 star and x, or unshaded and shaded triangle, that cancel each other out. And I'm going to rewrite okay. So now I'm going to go back to legal move number 1, which says I can take the same amount of triangles off the right side and the left side. I'm going to rewrite one more time. And at this point, you can either decide you know what the answer is, or you can say, well, I'm going to take 1 off the left, and if I take 1 off the right, that means I will have 4 left. So 1, 1, triangle equals 4. Now, if you want to go back and do your check when there's stars involved, you certainly can. If you're on a test and you want to check your answer, let's try this. Let's go back to our original setup right here, this line right here, before we crossed anything off. And we can say we had 4 x's plus a star plus a 1. I might have to do the left side and the right side separately here because I didn't leave myself much space. Maybe I can squeeze it in. 2x and a 5. Okay. So what I know, if my triangle is 4, when I'm substituting, if my x equals 4, my star equals -4. So I can go through, and wherever I see an x or a triangle, shaded triangle, I can put a 4. Wherever I see a star or an unshaded triangle, I can put a -4. So here I would have 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus -4 plus 1, and that should be equal to 4 plus 4 plus 5. Well, I'm going to use that same knowledge of 0 pairs and say, when I'm adding these up, this +4 and this -4 together, if I add them, make 0. So I've got 4 plus 4 plus 4, which is 12. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 1. And over here I have 4 plus 4, which is 8, plus 5. 12 plus 1 is 13. 8 plus 5 is 13. So I am correct. Now that we're done with some examples, make a wavy line and go ahead and try your assignment for today.